Mm.
I'll just start with. Good evening, everyone. Today we have the CEO and co-founder of Brandbox Research. Thank you so much, sir, for taking time and giving us this interview. So, sir, why don't you tell us something about yourself, like about your personal life and stuff?
I'm Dayal. I studied in TVS Matriculation School in Madurai. So we've been doing startup for the past since some pretty much um, I think 5 years. And after all these things, we did pretty much about some 5 to 6 startups, and then we landed on Brandbox. So Brandbox is our latest venture. So Brandbox, myself and uh, another person, Sriram, is the co-founder. He's the CEO and I am the CTO. So let me tell you something about Brandbox. So Brandbox helps independent creators to launch their own brand. So you might have heard of YouTubers and Instagrammers, right? So Brandbox helps them to launch their own brand. So or even the merchandise. So currently we have partnered up with 7 YouTubers. They are Simply Sarath. You would have known them if you know Tamil YouTubers like Simply Sarath, Bro Tom Sonam. They are all A-tier YouTubers or B-tier YouTubers. So we have partnered with them, and we have been launching brands of their wish.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Mudassir, boy.
Hello, sir. We have been very excited and waiting to have this interview, and we are glad that you could make a schedule to interact with us. As you have told much about your business, what was the basic idea that made you or ended up to open this business as a brand box? Like they should have you.
Yeah, I understand what you're trying to ask.
Mhm.
First of all, it was my pleasure to be with you guys. So the thing is that we always myself and Sriram were always focused on creator economy. So what they say in creator economy is that here onwards, creators like individual solo creators who are the YouTubers and Instagrammers, the influencers, they are the future of products like. Uh, you could see that there are right now after the launch of Zio, uh, influencers have been rising up very steadily. So you can see that they are actually earning using the brand collaborations and paid promotions right now. So creator economy is the one where the influencers who are the creators earn by these methods. And you could have known about Kylie Jenner, right? Kylie Jenner has taken her influencing to the next level by launching her own product, Kylie's Cosmetics. So that made her into a billionaire. That pushed her to the from millionaire to billionaire mark. So that's the power of creator economy, and that's the power of influencing. So you're always curious about these things, and what happened was, first of all, when we were studying in college, a classmate of us was an YouTuber. He had the channel Brought Out Salnam. The channel had about some 650 subscribers at that time. So he was the fashion deal. I mean, his channel dealt with fashion, relationship advice, and things like that. So we at that time we were doing other projects like other some different kinds of startups. But he approached when we are doing those things. He approached us and asked if we could help him start his own brand. Since he was an relationship expert and a fashion influencer, he wanted to launch his own product line like the Basics or Levi's. He wanted to launch his own thing. Um, he came to us since we were very much interested in doing things like this, and he asked help from us. That's when we realized no, at that time we just wanted to do something. We wanted to earn. That's the main reason. We wanted to earn something, so we helped him out. In the last in the last Diwali sale we launched this own brand. uh, After launching it, we didn't know the response would be like that. Within a month, we sold out 1,400 t-shirts within 3 weeks. So that's when we saw the power of an influencer's brand. While doing that, we also found out that no single influencer can manage all these things. Like while we were doing, we were literally obsessed with that thing for pretty much 30 days. We didn't eat. We slept at 3 to 4 a.m. at the morning, and we were obsessed. Literally had no time to do any other things. That's what we literally were sitting in a same room and building the website and fulfilling the orders. That's the only thing we did. That's when we realized after the sale, we realized that this is something problematic to the influencers. We knew that no influencer could manage these things alone, and they would definitely this. There was a problem in this area, and it needed to be addressed. So that's how the idea for Brandbox was formed.
It's awesome, sir. Dia, you can continue.
Yeah. So good evening, sir. Yeah. As you said, you could know more about your this thing, and you just started this thing. There might be many struggles that you have fought, and you have come across this big project. Can you share some of the struggles that you faced during this new venture? Or
Yeah, the first thing is that since we are all 23-year-olds, we are kind of new to these things. It took us time to understand how these things work. Um, and the thing is that we can't. Right now, we are trying for investments since we right now we have partnered up with the 7 influencers. And the thing is that we need to source more products for them. For that, we need to move out to India and scale up a different products uh, so that we can add it to our catalogs. And the another thing we faced is that right now we are doing it the traditional way. Like what we do is that we'll show the first of all an influencer approaches us. After he approaches us over a call, we'll discuss the product he wants to launch. After finalizing the product, we'll send him over the samples. After finalizing on the sample and everything, we'll start designing the product. Like we'll start designing to his how he imagines it. So if you take a t-shirt, we'll send him some t-shirt samples, and then we'll start designing the t-shirts. After designing the t-shirts, the influencer needs to invest for a bulk amount, like a minimum quantity would be there to manufacture. Like say 100 t-shirts would be the minimum quantity. The influencer would have to invest the price amount for the 100 or 150 t-shirts. After investing those this amount, then we will store it in a warehouse, and we'll send some 3 to 4 of his products to him so that he could take photo shoots to promote his product. Meanwhile, while this manufacturing process is going on, we'll create a website for him to sell his products on. And after the influencer readies the photo shoot, we'll he'll launch his product on his social media platforms. And after after launching of the product, we'll fulfill the orders, and we'll provide delivery, customer support, and everything. So in here, this is the traditional method. So for A-tier celebrities, there's another option known as print on demand. So what they do in print on demand is that um, in print on demand, how it works is a print on demand is a machine like 3D printer. In that thing, you could just buy plain black and white t-shirts, and after finalizing on a design, you could print it on demand. Like if an order comes, you can print it when the order comes. Like if a single order comes, you can print out a single. You can like ready a single t-shirt. There's no need for bulk manufacturing. So this is one of the main problems that we face right now. We are trying to solve the print on demand problem by tying up with another manufacturer who provides print on demand services. But right now, this is a major problem. Since if we solve this thing, the influencer doesn't need to invest some bulk amount to start a sale. He just needs to finalize the design, and we can launch the sale. And after his orders come, we can start giving out them by printing out the designs. So this is the one of the primary problem we face.
thank you, sir. Over to Kiran.
So, sir, can you tell us about the vision and mission of your companies and also the strategies that you implemented to come this far?
Yeah, so our vision is that within 10 years, the number of influencers would still blow up since they are the future. So what we think is that in the upcoming future, every influencer would like to imprint himself to apart from social media. Like if tomorrow YouTube gets taken down, every influencer in YouTube would be zero. So what they would like to do is they would like to imprint themselves onto their society or their followers. So that's we are sure about that. So that's what we're helping him. We're helping him make an imprint on the society by launching his own brand or merchandise. And our vision is that we believe that in the forthcoming years, uh, faceless brands won't be there. Like you wouldn't associate Nike with a shoe. You would associate Nike would associate with Lionel Messi, and Lionel Messi would be the face of Nike. People won't when people remember Nike shoes, they will remember Lionel Messi. So that's what influencers would be the face value of brands. Thereafter, there will be no faceless brands. So that's what we vision. And for our strategies, what we did is that after an influencer successfully launches his brand, we give him a a success party or something. In that success party, he would invite all his competitors and friends who are basically influencers. And in that success party, we would promote ourselves. Since if an influencer starts his brand, his nearby influencer would also try to do the same. Since starting a brand makes his revenue increases his revenue up to 10 times, and it also pushes him up to new levels. So when he launches it, we would give him a success party, and in that success party, we would promote ours. We would find potential leads for also influencers, and we would collaborate with them.
That was an amazing strategy, sir. So over to you, Muda, sir.
So, sir,
Mudasir, you're not audible.
now is it fine?
Yeah.
So at a very young age, like 22, 23, you guys had that much courage to come up with such an amazing like a brand. So there maybe have like a lot of strengths or weaknesses which would have influenced you, which would have put you down at some point. Can you share those incidents wherein you actually felt that, which were your actual strengths and where you lagged and what were your weaknesses?
Yeah, what happened was we were trying to shoehorn solutions to different kinds of problems. We did in a span of 5 years, we did about 7 startups, as I said before. And in those 7 startups, we tried to shoehorn a problem into shoehorn a solution to a problem. We personally didn't face that problem, but we just found out that there was a problem, and we tried to solve it. Uh, that's the reason we didn't have any personal touch to stick to that startup. That's what made us switch. So, but it was because we tried to shoehorn something, and after that we would get some doubts on whether we were doing it correctly or was this needed, and then we would ourselves determine that it was not needed, and then we would move on to a next startup. So that was our major struggle. And when we started Brandbox, it came from us. So that's the thing that made us stick around to Brandbox.
Yeah.
So can I go ahead?
Yeah, please.
Okay, sir, question from my part. Sir, what are your future goals that you're going to, like, you will be having too many future goals right now. Can you just say some of them to us?
Yeah, before Diwali, we would first and foremost goal is that before Diwali, we would like to simultaneously launch brands for at least 15 to 20 influencers, and within a span of 1 year, we would like to at least partner up with 100 influencers. That's our target right now. And we are also trying for investments at Y Combinator as startup school, and we would like to get into it. So it's sort of going in side by side.
Sir, can I ask you one question? Sir, is it only YouTube that you're focusing to, or are you taking some of the social media like Instagram? Are you going to do some influence on that also?
Yeah, and we are trying to do this. First, we are primarily being concentrated on YouTube, and then we would like to move on to Instagram and everything.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, over to Kiran.
So, sir, you have said a lot about your struggle. So, what are the achievements that you made during this span of time? There would have been many. That can you share some achievements or recognition you have found after starting this startup?
Uh, I don't, I don't know about recognitions and achievements, those things. So within we started Brandbox January 2021, and within August we have launched 7 brands for influencers, and this is I think this is our achievement.
That is huge for such a short period of time. Over to you, Mudassir.
So, sir, you have come all along like 5 years, and you have many more, I hope, years to go forward with this brand. So there should have been a primary inspiration which encouraged you at the times where you would have struggled, or there should be some inspiration, like some idol that you had in your mind. And obviously, becoming an entrepreneur is just having a separate idea from which others can think, but still you might have primary inspiration that encouraged you. So can you tell us something about that, sir?
Yeah, so our primary inspiration was not a person, it was Y Combinator. Y Combinator is a startup school that helps uh, entrepreneurs like us in leading us to the right direction. Like it guides us on how to scale our startup, and how we should move on forward, how our thinking should be, how our mindset should be. So Y Combinator is what influenced us all. His Y Combinator's main motto is make something people want. So that's the motto of Y Combinator, and that's what we are trying to follow.
Okay, can I go ahead?
Yes, you can take over. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Sir, actually, how? Yeah, you told about this brand box. Yeah, how would you promote all your company or your entrepreneurship? How do you promote to people, and how do you make it reach to the society so that they know this company as a whole? How do you do your advertising part and all?
Yeah, so right now we are primarily we work on referral methods. There are two kinds of referral methods. One is when an influencer refers us, and the another one is when someone from other than influencer refers us. So we are targeting like photographers and the boutique people. They have lots of influencer contacts, right? So if we reach out to them, and if an and by them, if an influencer signs up with us, we would give the person 5% of the revenue for the first sale of the influencer from our fees. So this is how we work on referrals for photographers and other people. And for influencers, what we do is that if another influencer signs up by referral by another influencer, we charge 0 rupees on his next sale. So these are the referral methods. And the another thing is that the success party, like after influencer successfully launches his brand, we would put up a success party in some 3-star hotel or 5-star hotel, and in that success party, obviously his friends would also be influencers, would be coming to his success party, and in that we would get potential leads and we would reach them out by them. We haven't planned right now on advertising like that, but we plan to do it in the later.
Thanks. Over to Kiran.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your experience and your about your business and about your inspirational story. Thank you so much for taking your valuable time and agreeing to give us this interview. We wish that you achieve more greater heights in whatever you do in both your professional and personal life. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, thank you. It was my pleasure meeting
So
you
much,
guys.
sir. It's been a
Thank you so
great
much, sir.
interview speaking to you. And we wish you
Yeah,
all the best and all the good luck for your company to reach into greater heights. And we hope to see this plant box in a very established or maybe in a big screens, maybe in later to 5 or 10 years. So thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, sir.
yeah.
Thank you.
As Mudassir said, after 5 to 10 years, we could say we had an interview with Brandbox years back, and that will make us so proud. We wish you all the best, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It was my pleasure meeting you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.